Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder TV, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Now we are back with the evening segment. We've got some serious updates in regards to Urine Timber, as expected. We've also got some news about Thomas Partey and Mohamed Kudus and some other bits and pieces on this evening show. We'll get into this one on the other side of this music intro. Yes, welcome back again to Cannon Fodder TV, which is the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Before we get into this one, guy, it does say somewhere down here, it says just to click the like button. That is all you have to do. We're not even asking for any money. You don't have to just subscribe. You don't have to tell your family, your neighbor, the dog. Just click the like button and just spend a few minutes with us. We'd also like you to come into the live chat if you want to. Come and type over David Raya's image over there. You see him like, hey. Not sure what he's happy about because we're not even signed him just yet, I think. So let's get into this one. Very, very, very sad news at the top of the show. Now, in the morning segment, I did say that Arsenal were going to assess his situation. And within the last hour, Arsenal actually confirmed that they are set to be without summer sign Urine Timber for months after the defender sustained what appears to be knee and ligament damage in the season opener against Nottingham Forest. Now, Arsenal new boy Timber is set to be sidelined for several months after picking up an injury in the Premier League opener. The Dutchman, who joined from Ajax for £40 million this summer, made his debut on Saturday in a 2-1 win over Nottingham Forest on Saturday, but was brought off early in the second half with a suspected knee issue. They always use that word, isn't it? Issue. Timber has been undergoing various tests and scans as medics look to gauge the extent of the damage. Now, it looks as though if the versatile defender has sustained knee ligament damage, that he will be out for months rather than weeks, according to the Daily Mail. It is an early blow to Mikel Arteta, who is already dealing without the likes of Gabriel Jesus. Now, speaking immediately after the win, Arteta did say that the officials, the doctors, they looked at him. They were happy to continue with him as well. But straight away in the second half, in the first action, he made a movement, and it was a bit funny. So we took him straight out, and now we have to assess him. Well, actually, it's been done now, so we know he sustained some serious knee ligament damage. It's interesting because I know he says there that they assessed him, the medics, but do you know who it lands at the door? It lands squarely at Mikel Arteta's door, not the medics, because he's the manager. He makes the ultimate decision, doesn't he, for the player to continue or not. But anyway, like it says there, Urine Timber, the defender who's basically hit the ground running, could be out for up to 6 weeks. Six weeks, 7 months. Because I have done ligament damage before. It wasn't playing football. And it took me a long time to recover. Yeah. So I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say. Much like when Jesus got injured, when he was out in the World Cup, do not rush back. And actually, I think what's just come to mind, I might have to do like a little research on Urine Timber. I know it's a bit late now to do our due diligence, but I want to see what his history of injury has been like before he even came to Arsenal. But that's the latest news. Urine Timber has sustained a knee ligament damage. Oh my goodness, I feel so sorry for him. Really, really sorry. I don't know what else to say, man. Yeah. Anyway, we go onwards. So the next news segment, the one that we kind of featured this morning, was in regards to David Raya. Yes. So Shay Given, I think the Irish former Irish goalkeeper, I think he also played for Newcastle and Aston Villa towards the end of his career. Shay Gibbons slams Arsenal for planning to bring in Brentford's David Raya on loan, claiming, "If I was Aaron Ramsdale, I wouldn't be happy. You're signing a problem," says Shay Given. Yeah, well, Brentford have agreed to let Raya join Arsenal on an initial £3 million loan deal for the season, with an option to buy set to raise that figure to 30 million if he joins permanently. But former goalkeeper Given, not Given, but that's his surname, told BBC's Match of the Day 2 that he felt that the move was signing a problem to the Emirates when Ramsdale was already between the posts. Given said, I have a look at that and say, you're signing a problem. Ramsdale, for me, was one of the best players last year. He made a big performance and already settled into the position. Now, if you're bringing in Raya, who's a number one in his own right, then you're causing a problem for yourself. I don't think Raya would leave Brentford, who's the number one at Brentford, to be number two at Arsenal or any other club. For that to be told, if I was in that position, I wouldn't go to any club as a number two. No chance. So I don't understand why Arteta wants to bring him in. The goalie coach used to be at Brentford. So he's bringing Raya in for a reason. He likes him. Maybe he's given some assurances he's going to be number one. But I wouldn't be happy if I was Ramsdale. Now, I'll get to that in a moment. Given explains that outfield positions have two options in every row fighting for position. But the psychology was different for goalkeepers. I completely agree, by the way. Psychologically, if you make a mistake, and we all do, we're human beings, you'll think, oh, I made a mistake. Raya's going to play next. Or Ramsdale, you're playing on a bit of an edge the whole time. And you don't want that as a goalkeeper. You want to play. You want to the backing of your manager. You're number one. Even if you make a mistake, I'll back you. A couple of mistakes from Ramsdale last year, played as the midfield. He got caught out and they conceded a goal. Does he look over his shoulder going, oh, Raya is going to come in now because I've made a mistake? No, he needs to know he's number one, and I don't think it's a good chemical to have both of them pursuing for that position. Now, I've got to say, I completely disagree with what Shay Given has just said there, right? For many points. First point is, Aaron Ramsdale has said himself that he's done it to other goalkeepers. He's come in and deposed them from the number one spot. And it's going to happen to him at one time. And it's happened. Well, not that Davaraya has signed just yet. But I disagree with Shay Given saying, well, outfield players, it's different because they have one or two players competing for that one spot. Why can't that happen for the goalkeeper? Surely it can happen for the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper that cannot think, oh, do you know what? I'm a sure, signing for the 11th spot there. Come Saturday or Sunday or Monday, whatever the game day is, I know I don't have no competition. Or that number two, I'm number one automatically. Players cannot have that. You know what? That breeds contempt. Lack of competition. And Shagan should know better than that, actually. In all positions, doesn't matter where you are, you're number one goalkeeper, number one striker, competition is good. Shay Given, it's his opinion, of course, but I completely disagree with him. Oh, what's happening there? Yeah, so what's happening there? Oh, yeah. Let's carry on there. So, I mean, it's Shay Given's opinion, but to say that psychologically, it's done for goalkeepers. What happens if you've got your number one goalkeeper and he makes mistakes every other game, but there's no other goalkeeper that can step into his shoes? What's going to happen? I tell you what's going to happen. You're going to continue having a goalkeeper knowing fully well that he can make a mistake and nothing's going to be happening. There can be no recourse. We don't want that at Arsenal. Now, as I understand it, Davaré has not signed yet. There's no official announcement. I'm hoping maybe later on this evening or maybe tomorrow we'll hear the announcement. But it's good to have competition. And like I said, and Ramsdale said, bring it on. I'm waiting. It's good to have competition. That's Aaron Ramsdale saying that, Shay Given. So what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Anyway, next a new segment. This is an interesting one, actually. I'll bring up your manager's face here. And this segment comes from the Daily Mail, not for me. Arsenal boss, headline is Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta is the new Tinkerman as he brings the changes in the win against Nottingham Forest with Thomas Partey playing at right back. Goes on to say the fingerprints of Pep Guardiola smudged across Arsenal's team could be seen in plain sight. His ear in North London, Mikel Arteta, is not the first to borrow from Guardiola's tactical rationale. The influence goes back to the 3 years Arteta spent at Man City assistant manager after retiring from playing in 2016. The Manchester City boss in recent times said, Arteta, busy. I'm busy. But the affection and respect I have with him will remain forever. He knows that. It is a strong connection with which has created another Tinkerman, as seen during the Gunners pre-season, the most opportune time to build strategic plans. But first game of the Premier League season, brazen, really. You have centre-back Gabriel had been swapped out for striker Eddie Nketiah, who hit the opener. Midfielder Thomas Partey hauled to the right back before Declan Rice moved further up the pitch in the second half against Forest. When asked about the varied team selections, Arteta said, that's my job, to create bigger problems for the opponent than the ones they are creating for us, and to play the best possible way to earn the right to win the game. Well, anyway, it resulted in a 2-1 victory with the showing glossed over by two pieces of individual brilliance from Bukayo Saka and Martinelli. I think Martinelli didn't really mean that. Saka cold finishing, dropping a shoulder to make space and find the top left-hand corner, brought the Emirates to its feet. It was almost silenced by a Forest pressure in the final minutes. Morgan Gibbs White struck over the bar. Actually, he should have scored and could have levelled after Taiwo Emery's goal in the 82nd minute. There's a clear endeavour from Arteta to ensure no player feels too secure, which is good. The expected sign of Brentford goalkeeper David Raya this week, an example, Aaron Ramsdale has been told and made to feel for months that he is number one. Yet Raya is coming in with a remit to displace him, and there's no problem with that, at least over here in Canon 4 TV. The Tinkerman, is he the Tinkerman? Is he the new Tinkerman? I just get the feeling that he's trying to turn Arsenal into Man City 2.0 or 2.0. Don't try and copy what your former paymaster did. You know, Bernardo Silva playing as a right back, inverted right back, I think last season, and maybe in the Champions League, if memory serves me well. Thomas Partey, you're no Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta, all right, and Thomas Partey is no Bernardo Silva. It's not going to happen. Ain't going to happen. All right, and then the last news segment, if I get this right, Charlie across the Mersey. Oops, excuse me. So Arsenal exit announced a star joins club who beat him home and away last season. So Arsenal midfielder Chapitino has completed a loan switch to Swansea. Patino at 19 spent last season loaned to Championship side Blackpool, where he was lauded in hell as a god. The England under-20 international featured heavily at Bloomfield Road, racking up 37 appearances across all competitions. So, Charlie, I wish you all the best, mate. Take care of yourselves, and hope we might see you. I think he doesn't want to come back to Arsenal. I think. But anyway, top of the show, you're in timber. Knee ligament damage. Will be out for up to 6 months. My goodness. Anyway, I'm sure that's something we're going to be talking about next week Monday. Not this Monday, but next week Monday on the podcast, the back five. Actually, we might need a back five now that you're in timber. Does that mean that one of us has to play in that position there? I'll tell you what, my knees are cream crackers, so don't look at me. I won't be playing there. Anyhow, so these have been the new segments currently running on this evening show, a double header. What I'd like you to do, I can see the live chat is populated somewhat over David Raya. There's no announcement just yet, as far as I know anyway. Come into the live chat. Don't worry about, subscribing. You don't have to subscribe. But I'd like you just at least click the like button. That's all you have to do. It says it right there. Click the like button. So what I need to do now is go into our Twitter feed and see if there's been any comments, any retweets, or anything like that. Ah, dear. What an afternoon. Yeah, you're into my updates and much more. Okay, so there's not been anything there. There's one message, but I'll need to read that sometime later. And now I can go into the platform, YouTube platform, where we did a poll. Was it yesterday? Yesterday? It was yesterday. Yeah. Your man of the match. Who was your man of the match against the Forest? Not, yeah. Well, anyway, Nottingham Forest. So we have received now a whopping 843 votes, man. Thank you for that. 4 comments. I think I've responded to the comments there, and 21 likes. Let's try and get the likes up, people. That's the one thing you hear me saying. Get the likes up. Subscribe. Likes. Likes. That's what we want. So, man of the match for the game against Nottingham Forest. I can tell you now that in third place, it's William Saliba on 9% of the votes. In second place, it's Martinelli on 27% of the votes. And out in front, your man of the match against Nottingham Forest, it was Bukayo Saka, 59% of the votes. I should have maybe put Declan Rice in there. I didn't see the game. I'm sorry. Now I believe I can go into the live chat and just see who was joining us on this evening show over here. Let's see who we have. Go right to the top. It's populated somewhat. And we have Emerson again, first in. Emerson, good evening to you. And there is an echo chamber here. Hello, DWTT. We need to get you on the channel, man. It's been too long. I tell you, too long. John the Geezer Guna says, evening, Gunas, evening. Who framed Roger Rabbit? Arsenal to win the Premiership, people. In which decade? We move on. I'm joking, John. Got it for Timber. We have some terrible luck. Goodness. It would be easy for us to point the finger at Mikel Arteta and say, well, why didn't you keep him off? Before the half time, he was kind of showing that he was kind of injured, and you let him continue. Sure, that would have minimized the damage to his knee ligaments. Who knows? And it's easy, isn't it, to point fingers and say, Mikel Arteta, that's your fault. Because surely the responsibility lies with the manager or the coach. He makes the ultimate decision to continue the player or not. Anyway, yeah, damaged, man. Oh, my goodness. I said this to you before, that the key to our season, injuries, rotation and suspensions are the key, and all the players have to realise now they should not play all the time. Well, it's not the players. I know it's about rotation, because I think that was one of the elements why we couldn't get over the line last season. The lack of rotation, the stubbornness of Arsenal's manager, Mikel Arteta, sticking with players, and I could see that early doors. Havertz will need some time. Fabio Vieira is going to need some time. Those players, they cannot play 38 games in one season in the Premier League. And I've said it so many times, Emerson. Thomas Partey, you need to manage him better, because he too cannot play 38 games in the league. So it's not down to the players, Emerson. It's down to Mikel Arteta. Rotation. I've just come off from another podcast platform, and they're talking about selling players. So if we don't have the numbers or the depth, but yet we're still thinking about selling players, if you think about what we can probably sell, I'm just saying, for example, Rob Holding, Mohamed Elneny, Lokonga, who else? Nico Pepe, Reece Nelson. We're not going to end up having a squad. We won't have a squad. So we're nowhere near yet in a position where we can think about letting go of players. I have said, though, Nico Pepe does not have a future at Arsenal. So maybe 1 or 2 players until we get somebody else in, until the transfer window closes September 1st. I don't know. So you're saying about, rotation and suspensions, and the key, all players have to realise now they should not play. It's not down to the players. It's the manager. The manager has to realise, Emerson, that these players cannot play 38 games. Saka to become Premier League Player of the Year. My bold predictions. I said my opinion on Patino in the earlier show, but I did not get your reply. I didn't see it, Emerson. I didn't. I think for some reason there was something wrong with the live chat towards the end. So remind me of your opinion. Emerson, what's happened with all these injuries? Not good, is it? Not good. Nothing from what I heard, John. Too many injuries, Emerson. Too many. Brother Glenn was in the house. Howdy! Ha! Alex and the rest of the live chat. Good evening to you, fella. Go over and subscribe to Guna Matters. I haven't left the link for his channel, but go over, check out Google, YouTube. There it is, yeah. Guna Matters with a Z, not an S. Guna Matters. So, Glenn, if you want, please leave the link to your channel in the live chat, please, before we end up this show. Little John is also in the house. Yeehaw! Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for that, fella. I've just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Thank you for that. I've just pressed the like button. Little John, first of all, I want to ask you a question about the injuries. Is there a problem at Arsenal? And it's not only now, even during Arsene Wenger's reign, we had players constantly out injured. And just one game in, who's injured? Urine Timber. The player who has hit the ground running is out for maybe up to 7 months. So is there a problem there? And I think I'll probably put the question in that platform there. Do we need to go into the market? We still have time, 2 weeks, I think, and buy a striker. I'm just asking a question. I'm only asking a question. We have been cursed, John, as our ladies team and senior team. It's about managing the players, not pushing them too far, man. 31 views here and only 13 likes. Make sure you hit the likes button, people. Hit them now. Don't bother about subscribing. Anyway, all the best to Cannon for the team. A winner every season. Absolutely. Yeah. Bobbers, good afternoon to you. What will be the fate of Kieran Tierney? I heard that he's about to be sold. If so, it's not advisable for now, considering injuries to Timber. I just said that a few moments ago, innit? I was on another platform and I mentioned up to 7 players that we should be thinking to sell. No. Unless you've exchanged one for another, i.e. you sold one and you bought one to replace him, then we're in a better position. But if you're telling me we're going to sell players, let's just say we sell 6 players. We're selling 6 players and we only buy 2 players. Do the maths. Do the maths. So I wouldn't be thinking about selling the players. But Kieran Tierney, I completely agree, Barbies. I, for one, because the guy just wants to play. He just wants to play. But it happens in football. Sometimes you come in, you're the number one. All of a sudden, somebody else comes in, they're taking a spot. What should you do really is to fight for that position there, not go. But personally, I would keep a Kieran Tierney. The assembles in the house. Even Alex in the chat room. You have seen me as a mod on Arsenal. Oh, right. Okay. Well, yeah, I didn't realize you were a moderator. Happy Monday, everyone. Well said, fella. Yeah, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Irrespective of the news we heard about Urine Timber, it's got to try and keep a smile on your face, haven't you? Well said, fella. I'll give you the comment in the live chat so far. Happy Monday, Little John. I said the loan move to Swansea will be a good move and get a lot of game time. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I know he plays in the middle. It's easy for me to say, slight build, left foot, plays similar to Fabio Vieira. Rather than spend that 30-odd million pounds we spent on Fabio Vieira, why could we have not prepared Charlie Patino to play in that role there? We would have saved ourselves that money. And it's like, are we divided on Fabio Vieira? Are we divided? I just think, A, the guy needs to beef up a little bit more. B, he needs to be loaned out, maybe once or twice. When he comes back, then we can see whether he's ready. But spending money is not always the solution. We've got Charlie Patino. He loves Arsenal. He's been with us for how many years? So why could we not have prepared him? Yeah? And whilst I'm saying there's another player in the midfield that we could have prepared to play in the midfield. I forgot his name now. Yeah, anyway, it's gone out of my mind. Spending money is not always a solution. There you go. So go over, click the link, go over and subscribe to Guna Matters. We can't make it any more simpler for you, really. It's right there in the live chat, isn't it? There's no excuse. You've been told. You've been told by me. Hi everyone, Carl. Carl, I know you sent me a last message in the DM on Twitter. I haven't had a chance to see it there. But from a viewer's point of view, because Carl doesn't support Arsenal, and there's no problem with that. Neither do I. No, I do support Arsenal. I do support Arsenal. I thought the game yesterday against Chelsea, Liverpool and Chelsea, it was an exciting game, but not so exciting for the managers, is it? But I thought the way Liverpool came out, game of two halves, isn't it? Because second half is like Chelsea were just dominating Liverpool. The midfield is the key. But congratulations on getting you got Romero, didn't you? £60 million. A lot of money. A lot of money. Also should concentrate on the Premiership end of Champions League. No chance yet. The thing is, John, you really can't pick and choose which trophies you're going to go for. You can't pick and choose. Why not go for all of them? Give it the best you've got with who you have. Matter. No, Guna Matters. I've just subbed your. Little John. Little John. Hey, Carl's got two profiles. What's going on, Carl? Hi, all. Even Carl, mate, Ferguson looks good. He does, actually. He does. And actually, the question has to be, how did our alleged doctor get Timber assessed so wrong? But I understand what you're saying, but doesn't the final decision has to be made by the manager, isn't it? And that's right. I'm leaving this one at Mikel Arteta's doorstep. Because he has the final say, doesn't he? But then he goes by what the medics say, innit? But you're right. They got it so drastically wrong. Could be out for 7 months. Oh, how did they miss that? Oh, my goodness. Aziz, Miguel Aziz. You see? You see that, brother? See? Joined at the hit. Well, not joined at the hits, but yeah. My brother from another mother. See? You knew what the player I was talking about. Miguel Aziz. Why could we not have had a Miguel Aziz? It would have been right time. Huh? A Charlie Patino. Right time. Spending money is not always the answer. Especially you're spending over £105 million and £30 million. That's like, what's that? That's a lot of money. We could have saved that money. But what do I know? Brian Tolbert, 70 games straight, and these players struggle with half a dozen games. Oh, dear me. Those were the days, man. And you know what? I was watching over the weekend. What was it? It was Dennis Walton was doing a documentary about football during the 70s. Especially, I tell you, some of the stuff that came out. There was a particular player who played for Liverpool, not Liverpool, Leeds, and he got sent off for an alleged headbutt. And it was the first video footage to use to exonerate a player. And that was in the 70s. That was the earliest version of VAR. So I was watching that, I was thinking, but look at the players in the 70s. Look at the pitches in the 70s. There's none of this stuff about, oh, you know what, you don't want to get hurt, we'll take you off. And full-blown tackles in the 70s. But Brian Talbot it was just a different beast, man. Different beast. Again, when all the players that are out of our contracts, are training on their own, no clubs have come in for them. He is one of them. John, yes, Lavia, he's going to Chelsea now. Got 2 accounts, so you can have 2. I've got two people in one body, man. There's another word for that. Big up Amadio Kozia and Jimmy Gower, stars in the making. James and myself, we did a segment about academy players. Check it out on the platform. What do you think the final scores will be tonight between Man United and Wolves? A kick-off tonight at 8 p.m. UK time. I will probably say 3-1 to Man United. You're thinking 3-1 to who? 3-1 to Man United. I can't believe the amount of players that Wolves have let go. And I just realised we've got Raul Jimenez and a particular person who's bulked up, is like got thunder thighs. I was thinking, who else have we got from Wolves? 3-1 to Man United. I've sub not another. Hey Joker. As maybe the doctors didn't get it wrong. Maybe they were overruled. A bit like part. Did you not see my morning show? I said exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Thomas Partey playing against Tottenham was hobbling off, and there's Arteta pushing the guy. I'm thinking, what are you doing? The players tell you that he's got an issue, and you're pushing him back on the pitch. The thing is, who knows? Who knows? But I got a feeling. I got that feeling. Everyone needs to hit the like button. Liking and sharing means caring, said Little John. Little John's in the house. Oh, Tommy Smith. God, my goodness. You remember him? Of course. Yeah, the beard and... Yeah, of course. I mean, even Graham Souness back in the day, man. Yeah. I'm trying to think of that. The Leeds player, Hunter. Is it no one Hunter? I can't remember the guy's player now. I can't remember his name. But those guys in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, you don't want to be going anywhere near the ball, man. So yeah, go and have the ball, man. Go and have the ball. These guys, even Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, of not lately, but the 90s. Those days are gone. I mean, do the referees not realise that it's a full contact sport? You can actually tackle and barge the player off the ball, can't you? But Tommy Smith, oh my, Graham Souness, some of the tackles that this guy did. What the? Billy Bremner. Oh my goodness. People are probably saying, who? Who's Billy Bremner? Leeds United. That's what I've got to say. And Brian Clough was not happy with inheriting a Leeds United side that he, in his opinion, thought they did not play the game in a good way. Put it like that. But football in the 70s, man, and I'm really surprised the pace of the games, how quickly they played even back then. I was thinking, right, okay, is it on fast forward or something? Not my VHS. I don't have VHS, but look at the pitches and the players at that time there. I was thinking, oh my goodness, you get kicked, you get elbowed, a broken leg, you carry on playing, man. You carry on playing. Anyway, oops, did I miss that? Yeah, Tommy Swift, man. Aziz, I'm on about. Let me just kind of load this down. Question: who is gonna back up for Saka? Well, I've been asking that question. Did I not ask that question on our collaboration, the Back Five podcast? Did I not ask that question? I did ask that question, Glenwyn. And remember, Apollo told me it's Reece Nelson. He told me it's Reece Nelson. It's not Reece Nelson, man. It's not Reece Nelson. Come on, Apollo, man. Come on. Can't believe Lavia is going to Chelsea now. It's the money, isn't it? The money. Arsenal, Alex, we cannot realistically compete in them or make sadly injuries in the first game. But I probably might have to do like an estimation or comparison with all the players that have been injured over the last season at Man City compared to our players who got injured last season. Got to do your homework. Have to do your due diligence. If a player comes in or signs before he signs with a history of being injured, what do? You don't sign him. You don't sign that player. Do your homework. But you're right, injuries are going to happen, and it's how you rotate the players, how you rotate and utilize the players that you have. All right, 5-0. Okay, I'm going for 3-1, man. I'll stick 3-1. And actually, I've got the prediction right for Saturday's game against Nottingham Forest. 2-1. People thought it was going to be an easy game. Not against the Forest, man. Brian Clough would have been so proud. Why would he have been proud? I don't think he would have been proud because he didn't win, you know. Traore, yes, yeah, plays for Fulham, and now and all will be a threat on Saturday week. Fulham on my second favourite club, man. Second favourite club. Stephen, good evening. Says, how is Timber's injury update, please? Well, just for you, Stephen, just for you, because I did speak about him at the top of the show. He's out with a knee ligament damage, and he's possibly going to be out for up to, I'll say 6 months, but the report does say there 7 months. So that's the news there. You're in Timber, the player who knows his position, knows how to play the position, played it quite well, is now out with knee ligament damage. Now, the Assembled has asked the question, how is it we got it so wrong? I'll leave it to you guys. Carl, you should consider becoming an Arsenal fan. Hey, you won't do that. Just mention 89. Just mention 89. Party Liverpool rumour starts here. You can have him. How many Johns do you have in total on your YouTube channel? How do you not get mixed up between them both? Because much like my deputy, school deputy, deputy head teacher in my secondary school, because I used to go Highbury Grove School, which is not far from the stadium. Now, those of you who remember Highbury Grove School back in the day in the 70s, we were, how many boys? Maybe 3,000 boys. And Mr. Morgan knew every single name of every single boy. But walking down the road, hey, hey, boy. So after many years, I know who's who and who's not who. If you understand what I'm talking about. I know the newbies and I know, yeah, the legacy subscribers. As John Guna is a legacy subscriber. Surely Timber, I had to say, I'm okay to continue. Who knows, Glenwyn? Who knows? What about season before last when Thomas Partey was injured when we were playing against Tottenham, and he's there hobbling off, and I had to say no, get back on the pitch, get back on the pitch. So who knows? Connor, never, no matter how bad Liverpool are, my heart will always be at Anfield and with Liverpool. 89. Who said that? Who said 89? It was John. Show sounds good. I would support Liverpool if they were non-league club. There you go, innit? Yeah, that's the passion for you, man. Not like these kids I used to work with, man, or these kids I play with. When we're out in the playground. Oh, who do you support? Oh, well, I support Liverpool on a Monday. On a Wednesday, I support Chelsea. And on a Saturday, I support Arsenal. I said, no, you can only support one club. Support only one club. And stick with that one club, come hell or rain. For the good times and the bad times. Carl, will Everton stay up the season? Oh my days. John was bursting up. Oh dear me, that's made my day, man. Timber only missed one game in 2 years, Alex. Arsenal did research. Well, yeah, but it's a blanket statement. It's a blanket statement, just not only one player. I mean, do you want to talk to him about Kieran Tierney? What was his injury record like? Takehiro Tomiyasu, before he came to Arsenal, what was his injury record like? Zinchenko, what was his injury record like? We didn't do our homework on those players, DWTT. You just mentioned one player. That statement was across all the squad members, not only one player. I'd say Saka's backup is Trossard. I'd say has Havertz is Martinelli's. No, man. No. How is this? No, man. No. Carl was lucky enough to see Spurs relegated, so we live in hope. Oh dear. Timber indeed has fallen, man. Oh my goodness. John, yeah, I was born. The summer of '76, man. God, my goodness. I won't tell you how old I was. Yeah, I might give it away. Let's rack through these comments quickly before we end up the show. Arsenal have had hard players, but no real animals like Vinnie Jones and a fashion. That's what I'm saying to you, man. But the thing is, John, they would not last 2 minutes in modern day football, man. They would not last. The referee would be like so quick to pull out the red card. They wouldn't last. It's. I mean, again, do the referees realise it's a contact sport? Anyway, David. Oh, where have you been, David, man? Where have you been, brother? Oh dear. Hi, my brother Alex. What do you think about a striker or giving Eddie a chance ahead of Havertz? And I hope Timber is fine. In reverse order, I too hope that Timber will be okay. I wish him a speedy recovery, but don't rush back. I think we've got enough cover in that position there. I'm not even sure. We have not sold Cedric Suarez, so he's not. I can say he's not on the level of Timber, but he's a good backup defender. So we've got enough cover in that position there. Eddie, yes, I'd vote for that. Give Eddie the chance because people say Eddie's not good enough. But who scored? It was Eddie Nketiah. If he did not score, we would have left there with just 2 points dropped. So we've got to give, for me personally, give Eddie Nketiah the respect that he deserves. What else did you say? Striker? No. Balogun. And maybe on the verge of sending Balogun to Inter. Craziness. And I hope you are well, my brother. I hope you're well. Good to see you back in the live chat. It was, yeah, John was a hot star. 76, man. 76. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, Carl. Is Connor's a nickname for me? Aye. Carl, it was for Tottenham. It was for Tottenham fans. Warren is an understatement. These doctors do assessment when players are brought. I've got 2001 FA Cup, the Michael Owen. Oh my goodness. Moving on. As we remember, 76 boy in the hot and flying ants. Oh my goodness. You know what I just remember? I remember back in those days getting up early in the morning, helping my brother in the paper rounds. I mean, do children do paper rounds anymore? And just, we were talking about you can boil an egg on the pavement. That's how hot I remember it was back in 76. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, kind of sorry, mate. We can't afford to have Havertz to be Martinelli's. Yeah. Trossard is a player with no such skill, but we need other backups for Saka, surely. Yeah, Reece Nelson is not competing for that position on the right. No, he's not. He's not. Carl, always have fun in here. Thank you, everybody, for making me feel so welcome. Carl, you're welcome, mate. You're very, very welcome. Teachers made a point of knowing their kids back then. They did. But, Mr. Morgan, of those of you who went to Highbury Grove School, I think Morgan was probably a good 6 years there before I got there. And boy, you would have thought Mr. Morgan was, the headmaster of the school. But he was a deputy headmaster. And that Welsh voice, boy, come here. I can't do the accent. But he knew every single boy's name. Just walking down the corridor with my friends. Boys, what are you doing? Mr. Lee, Sandy Lee, what are you doing? Mr. Williams, come over here. Carl, mate, we look forward to you coming on, mate. Honorary Scouser, absolutely. Nice one. Do you know what? I think we'll probably come to an end on this one. Oh, there's been just one more comment, I think. Listen, Alex, I enjoy Mr. Morgan, mate. Mr. Morgan. Not Captain Morgan's. Dear me. Oh dear. Glenwood, do you want to put in the link to your channel again before I wrap up this one? So yeah, on the day that we was like a tale of two halves to a day. So the first part of the morning where we kind of knew that Timber had suffered an issue, and then later on in the afternoon we find out that the issue was quite serious, knee ligament damage, and I tell you what, it is very very painful, very very painful. So the report has said that he's probably going to be out for up to 7 months. I'll probably say up to 6 months, but that's 6 months too long for the Arsenal faithful. He's a player who has hit the ground running. He knows his positional play. He knows where his teammates are on the pitch, and that's what you want. Having like an intuition where your teammates are and where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do. Now, I don't want to come in hard on Kai Havertz. Yeah, we need some work there. We need some work. But in regards to you and Timber, I just wish him all the very, very best. So sad. So sad. And in regards to Raya, at least, I've not heard any news about him signing, or it's been announced officially that he's now an Arsenal player at least on £3 million until we make the deal permanent, in which case we're going to pay an extra 20 odd million pounds for his services. For Aaron Ramsdale, that's good and healthy competition. No player should feel like they have a divine right to start in the starting 11. That is a cocktail for disaster. Complacency. We don't want that. Really, we don't need that. And in regards to Kieran Tierney, I probably need to do some homework, but it appears that he might be on his way to Newcastle, a little bit closer to his homeland of Scotland. And there I was thinking that he's going to be, an Arsenal faithful, but it just shows what happens in football. You're only as good as your last game, and sometimes another player comes in, the manager has different philosophies, and next thing you know you're no longer number one. So Kieran Tierney, if he is to leave the shores of Arsenal, I'm going to wish him all the very best. I'm never going to forget when he came to the training ground with that Tesco bag in his hand. And you see the players all warmed up, they've got gloves on, they've got their stockings on. And there's old Kieran Tierney, short sleeves, as if it's like it's an afternoon spring stroll in the park. So, yeah. And Charlie Patino, yeah, he's agreed a loan spell with Swansea. Again, a little bit sad. I just think, buying players is not always the answer. If we've got those players amongst the academy or they've been with us for X amount of years, why not use these players rather than spending millions upon millions upon millions to get other players? Players who need time to understand the system, who need to be accustomed to their teammates. We've got these players there. Miguel Aziz, from Balogun, who might be on the verge of leaving us, and right here, Charlie. I'm not going to say right Charlie, but Charlie Patino. He wants to play for us. Why not give him the position, the opportunity, rather than having a Fabio Vieira, who for me is not going to feel. He might be technically gifted, but rather than spend that £30 million, blood in Charlie Patino. But that is just my thoughts. And what do I know? What do I know? I think there's just been a couple more comments there. What's this? Oh, right. John says, no one has even mentioned, Alex, that Arsenal still aren't wearing the new first team kit. The infrastructure of Arsenal is poorly run. Dear, yeah. And you know what, as well, I forgot to mention that yesterday was Ken Fry's 89th birthday. Ken Fry, honorary, what is it? Honorary, what's his position? I forgot. Oh, this is terrible. I should know this. Oh. Anyway, Ken Fry was his birthday yesterday, methinks. Was it his birthday yesterday? It was yesterday. Yeah, honorary board member, lifelong board member. So just to think, I think when he came, it was 1950, I think. And he's been with Arsenal ever since. So I haven't done a thumbnail artwork, but you know, Ken Fry, you know, back to the old days. The old days, you know, the dignity, how we present ourselves should remain as it is today, but it's not. It's just a different time, a different era, and football is just so different these days, isn't it? Ken Fry. All right, and I think I could probably, in this one, there's the link again for Gunnar Match's link. Go over there and subscribe to his channel. Mr. Morgan always said, Glenwyn, you are destined to play for Arsenal one day. Never give up, never give in, Glenwyn. Keep the dream alive, man. As I was bunking off my head, I didn't even know he knew me. God, Joker. Thank you, Alex. Fine, thank you. Power to the people. Wolfie, yeah, man. And there's also a report that says that Timber has also said, I will be back soon. Just wish him a speedy recovery. Do not rush back, yeah, to compound the injury. Great stream. Keep it up, Gooners. And still can't believe Romeo Lavia is going to Chelsea. But why would he choose Chelsea over Liverpool? What made him do that? Even Caicedo as well, isn't it? Oh, I don't want to go to Liverpool. I want to go to Chelsea. They're going to pay me more money. To be honest, I know it's like, you know, that horse already bolted, but I'm glad that Arsenal did not entertain Moises Caicedo. Why would you not want to go to Liverpool? Leapfrog over Liverpool and go and sign for Chelsea. I have no idea what's going on, man. Who do you think is the most promising youth player that's not played for the first team yet? Flores. Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. Carl Mario. Okay, there you go. Honorary President. Yeah. Ken Fryer, man. 42 in the chat. That's great. Thank you for that. Ken Fryer. Life and President 89. My goodness. So Jules Allison gave him a job. Oh, my goodness. And long may it continue, man. Tag. Says, hello, I would like to ask about Kudus. Kudus will not be coming to Arsenal. I was going to talk about him. I might actually save it for tomorrow morning's show. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, my friends. My time's about to run out. Actually, it ran out like 10 minutes ago. Because he's got 8-year contract with a massive bonus. Money, isn't it? Money. Caicedo. Liverpool are doing exactly what they did to Spurs with Diaz. Love Diaz, man. Not because he's Colombian, but the guy... firecracker, but you guys need to shore up the midfield. The midfield's like an open door to a kid in a sweet shop. I was going to say something else. Last one. These 8 years contracts are a great shame. Us minnows, I can't get them. Minnows? We're not minnows. People, we are finished on this one. Thank you to you for tuning and listening to me. It's a little bit of a rant, a little scent of a rant in the middle of the show there. But, yeah, man. Yuri Timber, I feel sorry for him. Could it have been avoided? Possibly, but we will never know, will we? We will never know on that one. But, Charlie Petunia, I'm going to wish you all the best. The Swansea. Could have been a player that we could have blooded in this season at least. He was lauded and loved by the Blackpool fans, man. I thought, oh, he's never coming back. He came back, and then we were loaning him out again. What's going on? What is going on? Anyhow, people, I can see the numbers are rising, but we are out of time. Join me tomorrow when I give you some more live news. Maybe I could have another update in regards to Mohamed Kudus. We'll talk about him. You're Timber. Feel sorry for him. And maybe some other bits and pieces of transfer news. But until then, this has been Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.